It's Monday, just adjusting my water bottle behind me. It's a little bit early. I'm about 1 hour, 5 minutes early, but mainly because I've spent most of Monday morning, just not touching base. I haven't been touching anything. Just kind of sorting out lots of notifications and stuff. So every night I like to be on top of all of my inboxes. So what I mean is like my emails, my LinkedIn, my Twitter, my Facebook, Insta, YouTube, comments, basically everything. I like to have what I call a clear inbox, okay? And if there was anything outstanding, like I need to edit, in fact, it's written here, just need to edit 3 videos, and I need to give someone a contract. I can do that. Hey Greg, how are you? Great to have you here, my friend. Hope today is going well so far. Must be very early in the morning for you though. I like to be on top of what I'm doing. So if there is anything outstanding, I know what it is, no problem. This morning, so many emails and notifications. It was like ballistic. It was like, oh my God. And it's taken me nearly 3 hours. We are literally 4 minutes away from 3 hours. It's taken me to get on top of everything. Everything I wanted to get done this morning before we went live, which was editing 3 videos, haven't even touched. Contract I need to get out, haven't touched. Then again, I can't really do the contract until they clarify a few things. Like they have a new site map. Not a site map, a rough layout. And I've said I need to see the layout. I am not issuing a contract with the final cost, because if based on us talking and I've given you a cost, you've now changed your mind over how you want it to work, I need to know what they are. I need to know what you now want to have. Because if I give you a contract, it will be based on what we spoke about before. So I'd rather know now, are we going to be cutting it down or are we increasing it? Yeah, just a little bit early, Dave. I've just spent the last 3 hours just sorting things out. And you know what? I got to a point where I was like, look, I can either spend another hour just doing bits and pieces before I go live, or should I just go live? Mainly because my energy levels have really sunk low. When you spend 3 hours going through notifications, emails, replies, looking at things, setting things up, all of this stuff, it's what I call admin. When you're doing the admin-y things, it kind of sucks away your life force a little bit. So I thought, right, I'd rather go live, get a bit more energized, and then I can hit this stuff I wanted to do this morning in the afternoon. In fact, I've already adjusted and written it here. Look, edit in the afternoon. But yes, I thought I'd go live a little earlier. Interesting thing happened last night, actually. Someone contacted me. Hey, Pez, how you doing? So someone contacted me late last night and they wanted to book us for 1 hour, because they had an issue with fade in and fade out. I don't understand exactly what the issue was, but they said they're having lots of problems. They want us book us in. And I went, okay, that's fine. However, we could do it in half an hour, 1 hour, or leave it till tomorrow. They were then like, yeah, okay, we could do it in half an hour. I went, great, that's fine. Here's where you need to pay. If it's for half an hour, this is what you pay. If it's for 1 hour, this is what you pay. They then came back to me with like, we won't pay until the problem is solved. Plus, you need to send us an invoice and then our payments department will pay you. And I went back with, this is the email I sent back. So what would you do? In fact, let me tell you, what would you do in that scenario? Yeah, you know what I mean, Dave. When you do admin thing. Well, I had so much stuff coming this morning. And then to keep on top of notifications and emails, it just sucked my life force out, Dave. I was like this after 3 hours. Everything I wanted to get done this morning, shelved. And it annoys you, doesn't it? So what would you do in this scenario? Someone wants to hire you for a 1 hour consultation, but you tell them the price, And then, yes, Plurat. I actually forgot that. Plurat, thank you for mentioning that. You are absolutely right. I actually forgot to do that. That's my fault. I need to change it to be dynamic. So I even did a video on it and I haven't updated it on mine. That is on me. That is on me. Because I was in the process of changing our website and I just haven't got around to doing it. It's been so busy, January, February. February is now, but it's been so non-stop since Christmas. That's my fault, Plural. So what would you do in this situation? Someone wants to hire you and you tell them the cost and they then say, we will pay if the problem is solved. So what would you do in that situation? What would you do in that situation? Bear in mind, they also say that obviously you got to send them an invoice you'll be paid when their payment department puts it through. So what would you do in this situation? What would you do? Would you still go ahead with the consultation or would you push back? What would you do? What would you do? Because in a way, you got to look at it from their point of view, right? They want to hire you for 1 hour, but the payment goes through the payment department. So what would you do in that situation? What would you do? So Dave has kind of given a bit of a clue there. Hey, Martin, by the way, so let me tell you what I said to them, okay? This is what I said to them, and I'm going to clarify why this is my view and always has been my view. So here's what I said. We don't provide consultation as part of guaranteed delivery of any solution, hence why it's a consultation. Literally word for word. We don't provide consultation as part of a guaranteed delivery of any solution, hence why it's a consultation. I wish you all the best with your website, and I left it at that. And let me now clarify. Hey Thomas, how are you? And hey Mia, great to have you. Yeah, I am a little bit early. I got bogged down with admin things this morning, Mia, and I was feeling so frustrated. I've just started way early, Mia. You're not in the wrong time zone. So let me now clarify, okay? I have had this happen to me a few times before. Someone wants to work with you, and what they say is, you do the work, and our payments department will then pay you. And what I often say to them is this. Most corporations or businesses have a payments department, accountancy, whatever, right? They pay all the invoices, right? However, if that employee went somewhere and all of a sudden they had to spend the night in a hotel because they can't get home, or they have to buy food, or they have to order something, right? They would pay for it there and then, wouldn't they? If you're employed by a business and you haven't got a company credit card, this is not a credit card, but you have not got a company credit card, you will go to wherever you need to go and you will pay for it out of your back pocket. Then you will invoice your company to compensate you back. Right? Are you with me with this? So if you work for a business, a department, whatever, and they pay out the overheads, whatever, but you have to go out somewhere and you need to order food because you need to be fed or you need to get a train ticket, you would pay out of your own back pocket. And then you will say to your company, right, they will compensate you back. You invoice them, don't you, for your mileage, for whatever. So if anyone says to me, oh no, our payments department handles the payment, I sort of go, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm not falling for that trap. Okay, either if you want to use my time now, you pay for my time now, whether the problem is solved or not. It's like saying, right, I'm going to go buy a cinema ticket for a movie, right? You go in and you don't like the movie. What are you going to do? Walk out and get a refund because you didn't like the movie? No, you paid to go watch the movie. Whether you liked it or not is subjective. And that's my frame of mind and how I work. So if someone wants to hire me for half an hour or an hour, they've got to pay in advance, because whether we solve the problem or not is neither here or there. It is a consultation. You can have a consultation with a doctor, doesn't mean he's going to cure you. You can have a consultation with a lawyer, doesn't mean he's going to solve your family problems. That's how it is. Right, let's just check some of the comments coming in. If I haven't said hi, hey Chilster, how you doing? Yeah, cheers. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and that's the way to look at it, Pez, because I've had lots of people try this on me before. And often when someone says to you, oh yeah, my finance department handled that, you start going, oh wow, they must work for a really upmarket business here. They've got a finance department who do all the invoicing and payment. Wow, they sound like a reliable business. No. Just say to them, yeah, but if you had to go somewhere and you had to order food, right? Would you wait for your company to pay the restaurant? No, you pay for it and then you charge back. That's how it works in life. That's how it is. Yeah, I mean, in the UK, yeah, we have it all the time. I mean, you know, when you even, you know, the NHS, any business, you do have separate departments that do the payments. It is really, really common. But if you haven't got a company credit card and you then have to, like, you know, you go to a meeting in another city, there's a snowstorm, a sandstorm, whatever, and you then got to spend the night in a hotel, you're going to pay for it, right? And then your company will compensate you back, just like for a train ticket or anything like that. Hey, Alan, how are you doing? Nice to see that you got a signal. I hope the weather's really good for you, or it's reasonably good. I mean, at the end of the day, whether it's good or not is irrelevant. As long as your dog goes out for a walk, that's pretty good. Hey, Romania Live, Stephen, isn't it? Romania Live is Stephen. So late last night, I did 5 videos. In 1 hour, I recorded 5 videos, and I was rocking after that, because what it means is that it means that I'm not rushing to get them fitted in. Because when you have a lot of client work, I mean, look, we've got one client we've just finished. Well, practically finished. It's the one where we were doing a performance review, and now there's some other issues, not because of what we've done, but their previous builder. And I have said to them that there's a lot of warning signs because your previous builder says they haven't got capacity to look at any of the issues we've highlighted. Anyway, then we've got another person I'm supporting, and I really need to hit their work. Hey, Erling, I really need to hit their work hard this week, because we've got another person who most likely now is going to contract with us to start next Monday. And what that means is you're going from one job to another job to another job, which I don't mind because I like to timetable them in. However, I also like to get videos done. And when there are things happening in the WordPress world, or a new plugin or a new way of doing things, I don't like to leave it. I like to get things out. You'll have noticed that, okay? You'll have noticed that. So sometimes I am juggling. And please don't think all I do is videos. We have lots of clients and stuff, okay? So it's a very like juggling act. So I've got 5 videos done, 2 are edited, 2 I released already. They were bricks videos. They're already out there. 3 more. I want to get them edited today, and I can schedule them in for this week and next week, which is kind of good. Don't forget to hit like. We've only got 4 likes, by the way. We've only got 4 likes at the moment. Please don't forget to hit like. Stephen Romania says, what do you think about Bark? Look, we used Bark actually. So during the lockdown period, I used Bark a bit because I've had a feeling there'd be loads of businesses jumping onto Bark to get business. I found it very, very hit and miss. I'm going to tell you now, a lot of people that go on Bark want a website for a very low cost. So if you're okay with low cost, go for it. But I haven't used Bark in a good while now. Erling, is there a way to disable Edge visual search? Ah, yes, Erling, very good question. I am finding that the Edge visual search is doing my head in. I hate the little icon you get over every image. However, I don't know if you can. You might need to go to Google. Go to Google and say, how do I disable Edge visual search? Google might give you a really funny answer. Hey Chima, how you doing? How's my weekend? Yes, I am much better. I have to say I did not get as much done on the weekend as I wanted, except Sunday night I got 5 videos recorded. So in a way, the 5 videos recorded kind of saved my weekend. It wasn't very overly productive. I got stuff done, but I don't think it was productive. It was more about writing big emails back to some clients or people to explain why I can't fully satisfy them. So one client, I've given him a 30% discount on what he owes us because I've said I am not going to do everything else I said I would do for you because I've dug deeper and I can now see there are so many issues, but I am not going to do it for, number one, that cost, and number two, I don't think I can deliver for you because your previous builder cocked up what they've done. The way they've done it, okay, they've used 5 Elementor add-ons all over the website. It's littered everywhere. That if I remove one of your add-ons, I have to rebuild loads of bits of your page. If I remove another one, I got to rebuild loads of bits of your page. So where I said we'd make efficiency, I can't. Unless you're going to pay me to rebuild all of these pages, I'm not removing them. Because if I remove them, your pages are going to be half blank. So, yeah, can't do it. Yeah, Erling, it is an annoying icon, isn't it? When I first saw it, I was like, what the hell's that? Where's that come from? I don't even know why they did that. I think it's something they shouldn't have done. They should have left it as a right-click option, not have it there. Hey, Interpreet, hope you're okay. Yeah, exactly, Alan. That's exactly right, Alan. I think it was a lot of fake ads in Bark. Also, I had some clients or people that use Bark tell me, and I even tried it out. I have to be honest, I put my hand up. I put an advert on. It was never a real advert. To see if this was true, within like seconds of the advert going live, Yellow Pages, Yell for UK, contacted. And they offer you like a marketing packaging deal. It is ridiculously high priced, but they promise that you'll be on every search engine. You'll be here, you'll be there. Load of rubbish, but so many people fall for it. Like even one of my neighbours, 2 doors down, right? His website is rubbish, but it was through Yellow Pages because they promised this and that. And I said to him, you do understand that the marketing behind that is rubbish. Your website is fully controlled by Yell. It's not a WordPress. You can't take your website and go elsewhere now. You're stuck with Yellow Pages. You're stuck with them unless you rebuild from scratch. You know, your SEO, everything. And they're paying a ridiculous amount as well. You know, I don't know. It's like £1,500. No, it's more than that, 2,000. And then they pay like over £1,000 a year for what? It's not even properly maintained. Well, the thing is, Chima, right? Here's what they did. They had, so I got all, my bottle's really wet. They got Elements Kit for Mega Menu. You don't need that. They got Premier add-ons. They don't need that. They got Essential add-ons. They didn't need that. They've got an extra add-on that allows you to move. You know the Elemental interface on the left? It allows you to move it to the right. What the hell do you need that for? And then the other thing they had, what was the fifth one? What was the fifth one? It was something to do with Elemental... Oh, I can't remember now. It was something to do with Elemental, but again, you didn't need it. So you got Elemental Pro, and then 5 add-ons that you didn't need. There was an 8th one as well. There was an 8th one. But there was definitely these 5. Elemental Pro, and 5. What? That's 7. That's 7 things just for Elemental. And I've said to the client, if your builders had thought carefully about what they're building... right? Look at this. Vroom. You could have had just Elemental, Elemental Pro. What is the point of these? What is the point? Literally. Ah, yes. There was an Elemental header thing. There was a header thing. And again, I said, is that... I couldn't understand. Is that because they built it before they added in Pro? So I think they built it and then they went and got Pro, but they never got rid of all of this. So you got 6 things here, right? 2, 8. Where is the logic in that? And I don't like it when I see some websites whereby you can tell they started with Elemental free, add on loads of add-ons, then they get Pro, but they do not remove or undo what they did when they didn't have it. And they sometimes say, oh, well, it's too much work, too much effort. Well, you're just adding on more JavaScript. I don't care what anyone says, because people say, yeah, but the JavaScript is relative to the widget. I'm not fully behind that. I'm not fully behind that. You just loaded JavaScripts all over the place. Pez, they had an interesting thing happen. A guy fired him from a job when he was 19, contacted him yesterday and wants to hire you to do digital marketing. Do they remember you, Pez? Do they remember who you are? Or is this just like, do they think you're someone else? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though, Stephen, right? Yeah, here's the thing, right, about like, look, here's the thing about Google Ads, Facebook, all of this. Google Ads can probably help you more because you'll be at the top of page 1. That's the first thing. However, I never ever click on a Google advert. I'll tell you now, if I see a result and it's got the word ad, I don't click it. Do you know why? Because you paid to be there. I don't want to know about anyone. I want to see people who are natively high. Because at the end of the day, that's what I want to do for us and our clients. So the Google Ads is better than Facebook ads. However, and I can tell you now, if I do a search and I can see you're an advert, I don't want to know. I lose total interest. Hey David, hey Raptor X, how you doing? Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. I'm sorry, I'm playing catch up here. I'm playing catch up here. Erling, you love to move the elemental bar. I think one of their add-ons was something to do with that as well. So it was moving the interface from the left-hand side to the right. It was like, so you've gone and got a plugin just to do that. Plorat, losing a client on Monday morning. They were questioning my price. Yeah, but do you know what, Plorat? If you were honest and transparent and you broke it down and do you want to tell us a bit more without going into details? Did they feel that you were too low or too high? And how were they justifying what they felt? So, hey, Tice, so were they batting you off against another proposal? So tell us a bit more, Plorat. I'd love to hear. I think everyone would love to know more about this. Really, Erling, so ChatGPT is... Do you know what, though? Do you really want to use... Do you know what, mate? If you're going to stick something now in your browser to stop that, good luck, all right? Just be careful of whatever you stick into there. So, Plorat, you've got a client, questioned your price. What was it? Too high, too low? How are they coming to their decision? Did they have similar quotes or proposals? Raptor X, to be honest, Raptor, that's a very tricky one. You need to go back to your email provider. Who's your provider for your email? Right? You need to contact your email provider. I mean, that's a really tricky one, Raptor X. That's like someone saying to me, I went and got a drink out of my fridge, but it's warm. What happened? And I'm like going to go, is your fridge on? Did you shut the door? Had it been in there long enough? Is it meant to be in the fridge? What is it, tea in a flask? Well, maybe that's why it's warm. See, look, what Chima is saying is right. I mean, look, what I would probably do, though, is Because it sounds to me, though, that his is not to do with the gateway, maybe. His is more about getting bounced or blocked. The obvious question is, are they being sent? So Post SMTP is a good plugin to check out. Are you using Hotmail and GoDaddy? If you're using Hotmail and GoDaddy, they are rubbish. GoDaddy struggles to send emails from WordPress to where it's going to a Hotmail email. I've had this issue with so many clients, so you might want to check it. Oh, right, Erling, I get you. Right, you're talking about the theme. You weren't talking about your own personal browser then. I get what you mean. Well, I think I get what you mean. So, Plurat, we're still waiting, mate. We're still waiting. And if you tell us, we might suddenly get 1,000 likes. You know, there's 19 people watching right now. We've only got 12 likes. So please don't forget to hit like. So yesterday I put out in the last 12 hours-ish, 12 hours or something like that, I've put out 2 videos for Bricks. One of them was a timeline video, which is an extension of a timeline video we did for Elementor a week ago, I think. And another video is because of Fancy Bricks, which is a pretty cool template site. They don't give away a lot for free, but they do give away this vertical accordion slider, which I think is really, really, really good. And I recommend you go and get it because it's free. And by the way, that was not a paid video. They didn't even ask me to do it. I just did it. Yeah, Raptor, the fridge is off. Right, Plurat. They said the price is steep while they were willing to pay a quite similar amount for someone who did a terrible job. So, okay, Plurat. Let's expand on this then, okay? Let's expand on this. And it did take you a while to write all that. So, let's get a bit quicker here. When they say the price is steep, why do they think it is steep? Is that because they paid someone before and they got a bad job? Therefore, they don't feel like you are worthy of that. Why are they coming to that conclusion? Because I would challenge them and I would basically say, look, I agree that my price is not going to be as low as others. Here's the language I would use. I agree that my price is not as low as others. However, the quality of service and the integrity that I bring is probably going to be far more than what they bring or deliver to the table. Whatever, you word it. Stick it in Chat GPT, get it to rewrite it for you. I agree that my prices are not as low as others, but the quality of the service and the integrity that I bring to everything I work on will be far more than them, or something like that. I would also put, I completely respect your decision, and I really do hope you get this sorted out. You know where I am if you do come across any problems or you need me to help work on something else with you. But please take care and always be careful of bad workmanship. Or something like that, okay? Keep it nice, keep it clean, keep it almost to the point where you're leaving the door open, okay? But at the same time, in a very indirect way, kind of say that, look, I agree, my prices are not low, but there's a reason why, And if they want to go and pay a price or a low price, fine. They might win. They might get a great job. Good for them. Or they might not. Okay? Hey, Brandon Singh, I don't use WP Fastest Cache anymore, actually. Shuvo, is 10Web the best caching plugin right now? I'm going to say yes and no. I'm going to say kind of yes, because they offer some page speed performance. However, their page speed performance is very hit and miss. And it's not due to service speed. It's very hit and miss. The page speed video I did for 2023, have you seen that? Where I don't use 10Web. I don't use WP Fastest Cache. I'm using other free solutions. And they work for me, for other people. Basically, yeah. Please don't forget to hit like if you've not hit like already. We are getting closer to 1,000 likes. We are getting closer. We're not actually anywhere close to that, but hey, Emmanuel, how are you doing? Yeah, exactly, Plurat. So what happens is, yeah, if they keep paying a certain amount and they get bad workmanship, they start to lose trust, right? And they start to think they can get it better. Especially if someone ever says to them, let me give you an example, right? Let me give you an example. Let me go back in time. 19 years ago, we had our front driveway dug up and, turned into a parking area. And I paid someone to do it. My next door neighbour then came out and said to me, how much did you pay for that? At that time, it was £2,000. And my neighbour went, you got ripped off. You could have got that done for half the price. Now, I can tell you now, £2,000 for what we done was a bargain. I can tell you now, because I know a lot of people. I know people in the trade. My uncle's a builder. I know a lot of people in the trade. But the trouble was, my next door neighbour, he thought he could do anything. He was actually quite crap at what he did, but he thought he could do everything. Oh, I could have done that for £1,000. So what he's trying to say to me is, you got your driveway done for £2,000. I could have done it for £1,000. And what they do is they're putting into your head doubt. So if you imagine a client and you say, yeah, we can build your website for $2,000. And then someone says to them, that should cost you £1,000. That's not worth $2,000. It creates doubt in their head. And often I would say to the person, who told you that? What was their motive? Do they even know what they're talking about? Are they on the same level? Are they gunning for business? So I always question when people do that. Even Star, how are you? You use WP Rocket, it's paid, it works. Yeah, I mean, what I will say, is I know quite a few people. I got nothing against WP Rocket, but I know quite a few people who they were using WP Rocket. They've now stopped it. They're now using our Page Speed 2023 tips, which are all free, and they are getting better scores on the desktop and mobile than what they were getting with WP Rocket. So I got nothing against WP Rocket, but I literally go and see the comments. I've not told them to put it. They're getting better scores. So I would say that paid options are good. There's nothing wrong with premium options. Perf Matters is good. WP Rocket's good. I like to approach things from like, can you do it for free? Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of these plugins that we use, they're nothing but snippets in a way. A lot of them are just applying JavaScript or some PHP functionality. And if you can recreate it in your own way and it works, that's good. Now, Brandon says share some SEO tips. Well, go and do your research. SEMrush, I've done videos on where you can go and look at keywords, look at competitors, find a competitor website that's ranking high and put it through SEMrush, put it through a tool, find out what keywords it's ranking for. You will get loads of information to do some homework on. Questions work really well. How do I do this? How do I create this? How do I sort out this problem? They're the questions people tend to ask on Google and stuff like that. Do you know what, Chima? That's a bit of a shame, though, you see, because look, right, okay. Look, the thing is, okay. Yeah, but the thing is, though, Chima, the trouble is, though, if you helped... Right, okay, so Chima, look, what you're saying there is a very personal question to you and whoever. But let me turn it around, okay? Let me turn it around. If I hold the door open for someone, I don't expect that person to always hold the door open for me. Right? Did I hold the door open because I wanted something back as a favour? I don't mind if to say thank you, but do I now... Hey, George, but do I now... You're not late, mate. I started mega early today, George. Mega early. So think about it, Chima. Hey, Gary, by the way, I've started early. Think about it, Chima. If you do something, if I help any of you out right now, in fact, let me give you an example. George has helped out quite a few people. He's helped me out. He's helped out people on here as well. Is George helping any of you out because he wants something back from you? Is there any ulterior motive? No, there isn't. Just like with me. If I help any of you out with a video, is there any ulterior motive? No. So I can't go back to you right now and say, you need to do something for me now. Okay? Now, if, hey Hamza, so what you've got to think about is, did you help someone in the hope that they would always be there for you? And if not, you have to walk on by, let it go, forget about it. Okay? Because every time I've helped so many people out in my life, friends, people, so many, right? I once gave a friend of mine 23 years ago, they were in financial problem, and I gave them £500 to help them out. But I never ever told them to pay me back. Ever. I told them, no, take it. That's for you. Do what you want with it. Right? Sort yourself out. But you do not ever pay me back. Right? And every now and again, they sometimes remind me, you know what, I really should pay you back. I go, no, I don't want to know. Don't want to know. So it's all about motive, intention as well, okay? It's like, look, let me give you another example, right? If someone invites me to their wedding, does that mean I need to invite them to my wedding? Because I would turn around and go, well, you invited me to your wedding. That doesn't mean I have to invite you to everything I do now in my life. I get to choose. And some people say that's antisocial. I don't see it that way. I see it as, so I would say like, don't worry about it. Let it go. Don't let it dwell on you. Yeah, but that's the thing though, Chima. You know what? Yeah. But what I would say though is things change. So let me give you another example, right? 3 years ago, hey Pete, 3 years ago, these two people are friends. Best friends, right? Best friends. Yay, we're best friends, right? 3 years later, they've moved on in life. They do different stuff now, right? The reason why there was a bond and a connection then is no longer there. Or the bond has widened. Or this person is now best friends with them, right? And this person still likes to be friendly, but they have other stuff. Life moves on. And it's why sometimes you have to let go of some attachments. Family, cars, food. It happens. Even Star, you said something, and I've been answering Chima, so I'm really sorry about taking my time to get back to you. I'm really, really sorry. You asked ages ago. You tried fast press. CS, yes. So I actually do not. So even Star, the option for asynchronously, I think it's called. I disable that. Disable the CSS asynchronously. Disable that. Disable that and you'll be fine. Because I get that issue. If you're using WP Meteor and you're using FastPress, you need to disable the CSS asynchronously. And I think I state that in the video somewhere. Let me just check some of the comments coming in. Right, Raptor X, share SEO tips. You got to go watch. I'll be honest, Raptor. I'll be really honest. You got to go watch our videos. You got to go watch our videos. Do a search for SEO. I've done SEMrush. I've done a free keyword tool. I've even done one on how you can use ChatGPT and AI PRM to help get yourself eventually onto page 1 with a bit of, work and whatever. So Raptor, you got to go check out the videos. You got to check out the videos. They're all there. That's why we do the videos. Otherwise, I end up repeating myself on here all the time. But yeah, and of course, even Star, and this goes out to everyone, okay? Always have a backup. Test on a staging site if you can. Stay safe before you apply any optimization tool on your website. FastPress, WP Meteor, WP Rocket, Perf Matters, code snippets, anything like that. Always be really, 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 really careful. But Brandon, Brandon, what I would say, is please do go watch the AI PRM video I did. Because if if you think ChatGPT is wicked now, wait till you see what you can do to help yourself out with SEO as well. Let me just check the comments. But Raptor, I did a video on SEMrush where you don't need to pay any money, and there's so much stuff you can do for free with SEMrush. You might not even realize it because it's almost hidden, the stuff you can do. So you need to go and watch that SEMrush video. Oh, sorry. For some reason, there you go. My chat thing got stuck on there. Yeah, what I would say, Even Star, is that Bricks Builder is brilliant. So from the get-go, you start at 100%. With Elementor, you start at like 80%, 75%. And you got to do all this optimization to get to 100, and then it starts to jump a bit. With Bricks Builder, you will come down a bit to like 95 eventually, maybe even 90, and you got to do a bit of optimization, but you're always over the 90s, which is really, really good. Whereas Elementor, from the get-go, you come down, you got to do loads of optimization. Well, not major amount, the page speed 2023 video, and then you're back at the top again, and then you're good to go. Yeah, nice one, Even Start. I like your approach there. I mean, with SiteGround, I get daily backups as well, but I like to do a manual one, usually right before I do like a fancy new plugin or a new code or staging site as well. Yeah, I mean, SEO, Gary, you are right. SEO feels like they're always moving the goalposts. And I always say that I have to be honest, I'm a little bit lazy in that I have a way of doing it and I always do it. And you know what? It tends to work. So I just keep going for it. Hey, Melissa, started really, really early today. I started mega early today. Pete, what are your thoughts on an hero section having no image? That is actually fine. Pete, that is okay if you've got really strong headline and a call to action button. So what I approached this in a video I did a while ago. So the most common thing, right, with hero banners is a full width image with, look, let's go over the different ways you can do a hero banner. Number one, you have an image. Right? Nothing but an image. That could be a hero banner. No call to action button and no text. You could do that. Very strong image. It could be like a recognizable face or a product. You could get away with that. You can. You could also have a strong image and words with no call to action. You can get away with that. You could do a strong image, words, and a call to action. That's okay as well. But you could also just have a word with no call to action or a call to action, so with or without, and no image. It's totally okay. It's totally okay. It's all about what are you saying? What are you saying, for instance? Imagine, right, you're doing a search, you're desperate. Oh, I need to make money. And you go to a link and all it says is, you will earn £1,000, $1,000 a day. My first reaction would be, bullshit. You're talking rubbish. Get out of here. Delete, But there's going to be people out there that if they're searching, and then literally full page, right? You will make $1,000 today. And that's all it is. There's no call to action. You got to scroll down for that. There's no image. It's literally just a boom. There's going to be people go, yeah, you're solving my problem. I have a problem, you're solving it. No image whatsoever. They'll probably carry on scrolling because they came looking for it. So it's all about, is the website very generalistic? What is the image? Does it back it up? So even though it's very common to see templates and whatevers with a big full width hero banner image, panoramic, whatever, parallax and all that, you don't have to do that. Okay, and I always like to know what is the key headline. What is the headline? Because if the headline ain't that strong, you might just have it there with subheading and a button. If it's a really strong headline, like it's like 6 or 7 words, and it's really strong, even 4 words, like you read it and you're salivating, you're going, wow. Sometimes you want to make that as big as possible. You want it to be boom, right? Build the house that you want. Get the look that you want. Win clients without breaking sweat. That's a bit of a weird one, right? Piss easy. Because maybe you've got a pissing problem. I don't know. Hey, Pickstar. Do you get what I mean, though? So imagery, for me, needs to reinforce the headline. And that's where I like people to think differently. Sometimes people go with an image because they're trying to get over the fact that my headline is weak, my subheader is weak, my call to action is get in touch, contact me, see our services. They're so weak, they want to go for a real boom image. Whereas I like to think differently. I like to say you want to make your words sink in. You want to make your words ingrained. You want to make your words have like an impact to make me want to stay. And then the image needs to back it up or reinforce or make me smile or nod my head and go, yeah, I get it. Because bad headlines, weak headlines tend to then need a really overpowering image. Now you're hiding the weak headlines. Does that make sense? Like if you put something like, I design websites. No, I'm Imran. I'm a website designer. How many times have I gone on about this? And then they have like a picture of them or they try and, all black background, It's weak. It's really weak. But if you say what the problem is you're solving, and it draws me in, then the image is just going to reinforce or complement what goes on. Right, let me just check some of the comments I've got going on here. Even Star says they absolutely love bricks. Yeah, I do as well. Bricks is great. Do you know what? I love the flexibility of Elementor in bricks, and I know there's going to be loads of other people on here that love that too. Hey, Pickstar, by the way, I know you said it earlier. I think I said hi to you, but just to say hi again in case you missed that there. Yeah, look, Even Star, please do keep coming on. Sometimes we get emails from people that want us to do a review of their website. So we literally do an online review. Please do check out our website, our mastery modules. I'm in the process of building a super course, which is going to take 2 more months, I think, to build out. But please do keep coming along and please do keep hitting like and please do let your friends and family know about it. Hey, Paul, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm glad you agree, Dave. The image should reinforce the words. And sometimes I get a little bit, I have to judge the client with, do I push it or not? So the client might say to me, I go, right, so what are we going to say is the headline? And they kind of come up with like, oh, we just want to say X, Y, Z. And I sort of go, that's not catchy enough. And they go, oh, I think it is. Oh, yeah, I checked with my wife or my husband or my granddad. And they were like, yeah, that's all right. I was like, your granddad, your wife, your husband, your kids are not your customer. right? They're not your customer. Imagine someone has opened 10 tabs for landscaping. Why are they going to stay on yours? Oh, because of my images. No, forget your images. Everyone has got an image of a lawn. Everyone has got an image of a plant pot. Everyone has got an image of like decking or a pergola. They've all got it. They've all got it. All of the images are a little bit grainy, not perfect, but they've all got it. What do you do? What do you offer? Oh, well, I do landscaping. Yeah, I know you do landscaping. But what kind of landscaping? Oh, well, I do modern. Right, let's get the word modern in then. What else? Are you expensive? Are you budget? There's a landscaping company very close to us. They charge like £20,000-30,000 per garden they do. They are big. So they are like the upmarket. They're the luxury garden, right? They're the, what are you? When you say you're a landscaper, are you a landscaper? Or do you know how many people say they do landscaping, but all they do is mow the lawn and clean up flower beds? They don't do decking. They don't do pergolas. They don't do slabbing. They don't really do gravelling or anything like that. All they do is mowing and cleaning up flower beds. But they call themselves landscapers. And you could argue they are a landscaper, but someone else who does landscaping, there's a whole lot more. Defining your services, right? Define your services. Brandon, have I tried essential add-ons? I have seen that essential add-ons. I have seen that, Brandon. I have to be honest, but I don't go overly crazy for third-party plugins unless I really need to use it. But if you need to use it for the mobile tabs, because at the moment when you have tabs and you go to mobile, it converts into an accordion. If you want to keep the tabs at the top, then essential add-ons is a good one. I was trying out a code which used to work with the old Elementor tabs, but doesn't work with the nested tabs anymore. And it's not because of the class name, it's just the way the nested tabs work. And I'm still looking into it. Support said your email error was a false positive. Do I have any videos for best practices? To be honest, Raptor, it's very dangerous for me to do any kind of video because it all depends on your setup, your provider and all of that. I would strongly recommend you go and look at post SMTP and see if that helps you to narrow down the problem in a way. Hey, Pickstar's written, but they don't brush your teeth. Am I a landscaper or just smoke? I used to do landscaping, though. I used to have a landscaping business, by the way, from 2006 to 2008 for 2 years. I used to do it after work, weekends, whenever I had holidays, landscaping gardens. I was quite good at it, but then things at work started heating up and my responsibilities, and it was becoming a real juggling act, and then I stopped doing it. And I think that's also... I've had back problems for 19 years now, and when you do a lot of gardening, bending over, lifting, all of that, it takes its strain. So sometimes I would come home and I would just be in agony. Absolutely, Pez. Images can be great call to actions as well, but it's all about, for me, the hero banner is you got to make sure everything reinforces. And even the hero banner is sometimes not needed. You can get rid of the whole hero banner. You could, if you want, as soon as they land on the website, have your products as well. You could have like, as soon as they land, it's got like a news article and then maybe products or some other details or stuff, like a magazine layout. Like, in some way, the hero banner for a magazine website is the header and the navigation menus, right? And it's just up there at the top. So the hero banner is technically the header with the logo and then your buttons. And then straight away you get into the content. So the hero banner is just, hey John, how are you? The hero banner is It's something you need if you need it. That was a rubbish analogy, wasn't it? But it's like fireplaces. I don't have a fireplace in our house. We used to have one. I got rid of it. You know, don't need it. I don't need a fireplace in that room or that room. I don't need them. Some people need it. Fine, go and put a fireplace in. So it's something that I feel like gets spoken about a lot, but it doesn't get analysed scientifically as to the benefits of it, different examples of it. In fact, I should do a video on this, shouldn't I? I think I should do a video on hero ban. I'm going to make a note of it, right? Because I feel like this is a learning thing that I think needs to be kind of drawn out a little bit. Because it's very easy for everyone to just go, oh, I've got to have a hero banner. I've got to have a hero banner. In actual honesty, no, you don't. You know, you honestly don't. So sometimes the strength of your words can help you out. Now that I've said I'll do a video on it, I'm going to have to do loads of prep work because I'd have to show examples. Oh, God, that's going to take a while. Gary, the most annoying thing is keeping contact boxes of equal height. You could, I mean, obviously you can use containers to stretch, but then you have to mess around a little bit because then it might mess up the layout or the spacing of the items in between. Paul would rather yeah. Yeah, so tomorrow's live chat is Hamza, is tomorrow at 4 p.m. UTC. It's at 4 p.m. Tomorrow. I'm sure it's at 4 p.m. or did I set the time wrong? I'll have to double check, but it should be at 4 p.m. I might need to double check the time for that. Yeah, cheers, Emmanuel. I will be doing that. Now that I've spoken about it, often some of the stuff we cover off or do in the live chats inspires me to kind of think about the content or the videos that I might go and produce. Just going to pop this light on. There we go, just so that we get a little bit of a light refraction going on there. John is recovering from their niece's wedding. Oh, wow. That must have, yeah. I bet that was very, very busy. Hey, Mark. Hamza. Sorry, Paul. I got a bit worried then. Did I set it the wrong time? Hamza, I want some guidance relating to a listing website. Yeah, I mean, Hamza, you can send your question. I'll be honest though, whether I read it or not is down to me. So if your question is really, 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 really long, I'll probably talk about it during the live chat, or I'll see. But go and send it, and we'll see what we get. To be honest, John, I just jump on when I want to jump on now, don't I? I put the time in, but then I just jump on. Fabian, do you know how to create a link for the containers on Hover? Oh, the contain. Oh God, hold on. Don't the containers already do that? Sorry, my mind's going a bit blank now. My mind is going a little bit blank, but I think... I mean, to be honest though, you could... you can drop in a bit of CSS, right? So if you have like your container and the name of your container, the class name is oh God, I can't remember the name here now. Rabbit. Your container's class name is Rabbit. You can then pop in a CSS to say selector, right? Or rabbit. Okay. Curly bracket hover. No, hold on, I'm getting this wrong now. Dot rabbit colon hover, and then you put in what happens on the hover. You know, does something happen? So you could just put a class name in. Hey Siri Media. Hey, we got Siri. Hello Siri, how are you? And how to handle things you can't do or fear are too big. Do you have strategy to master this? Ooh. Right. So what I would say, Pigstar, is in that situation, first I want to make a list of who could I call upon to help me out? And would they even be able to help me out? So I need to do a bit of research, because I can't put pressure and go, hey, George, how do I do this? Pickstar, how do I do this? Number two, I would also think about, when I think it's too big, is that because it's going to take too long to do? Well, fine, if it takes long to do, it takes long to do. Or is it too big a job? So do I need to get further help? Or do I need to take a step back and go, no, can't do it. This is beyond me. So someone contacted me again last night. They sent me a link to a website and they went, how much would it cost for you to replicate something like this? I looked at it and I was like, this is a heck of a lot of work. A heck of a lot of work. And I'm not even sure about how to do half of it. And I just said, sorry, but it's not the kind of thing I would work on. Plain and simple. Because I could then spend 2 or 3 hours going back and forth with people, looking at Google, looking at videos, trying to find a solution. And I don't even know what that person's budget is. I don't even know if they're just sounding it out. I don't even know if they're trying to get me to tell them how I'd approach it and then they're going to go elsewhere. So I was a bit like, I can tell you now, if anyone comes to me with literally like a 2-liner, hi, I really like, I want to work with you. Please have a look at this website. What would be the cost to replicate that? Like, what? What, fully replicate? So I would always say, yeah, you kind of have to assess it. Pete, is there a way in Elementor to decrease the font size as you scroll down? Yes, you can. It's called a scrolling effect. So what you could do is you could apply the zoom out effect to the heading. So you could have some words on and you could zoom out. So as you scroll down, the words get bigger. So go to motion effects, go to zoom out. Is it zoom in? No, it's zoom out. And then you could do that, set it, and then it would go from like that to like that as you scroll. So basically it's like that, and as you scroll down, it goes bigger like that. Hey, take care, Erling. Hamza, it'd be better if I write it before. Yeah, go on, go for it. Go on. Go for it, Hamza. I look forward to it. info@websquadron.co.uk. Pickstar, imagine you're all alone. What then? Well, the thing is, though, Pickstar, I would say in that scenario the same thing. How much time are you going to invest in searching Google, ChatGPT, YouTube for how to do something? So if you don't have a lot on and you don't mind investing a lot of time, go for it. Take care, Dave. Great to have you here, my friend. Go for it. Because there's no guarantee they're going to pay you for it. But if you've got time to kill and you're like, hey, I'm not really doing anything, go for it. Investigate, research, learn. The greatest thing I can say to anyone is learning. The more we learn, the better we become and the more we can share. If, however, you're not entirely sure of, like, you've got other stuff on, you're not entirely sure if they're going to work with you, and you do a quick Google browse and nothing's jumping out at you, I would probably then say, is it worth it? How much time do you invest in it? And I'll give you a really blown out of proportion analogy here. I would love to build my own house. I would love to demolish this house and rebuild it from scratch. But could I build it on my own? So no builders, no support. Can I watch Google on YouTube and build on my own? And the answer is no. I don't have the skill set to do it. Even after watching videos, I would not be confident in doing it. So there comes a point when you look at how much time have I got with no help? Could I do it? And if you can't, I would say sanity would say to me, take a step back and kind of go, no, this is beyond what I can do. Do I use any project management tools? Excel. Believe it or not, Notes, Excel are great. Atarim is great. This whiteboard book is great. So you can use Atarim for free. You can go for the premium version if you want to have access to email and project boards, but technically you could just use Atrium for free. My whiteboard book is free, my notebook is free, my notes is free, and Excel, well, as if you've got Office 365, is free as well. But there's other spreadsheet solutions as well. Cheers, Mark. Take care. Good to have you here. Pro tip from Pickstar. This is good. I analyze the problem, break it. Yes, I love this. Analyze the problem, break it down into pieces, and then sort them out one by one. I mean, that is a really good way to look at it. That is a really good way to look at it. And sometimes you can sort of say, right, I can do all of that, but this bit I need a little bit of help with. Or make it clear to your client, I can do all of that, but this bit here, I don't want to say for sure if we're going to crack it or not, because a lot of it would require investigation and work and effort and problem solving. I hope we get there, but I can't guarantee it. Yeah. Hey Matt, how you doing? Yeah, it was a good weekend. It was productive, but not as productive as I would have wanted, except I managed to bring it all back by getting 5 videos recorded last night, 1 hour. Son went to bed, I had 1 hour and busted out 4 videos recorded, and I was happy, very happy about that. Can you give me like 2 minutes? I just want to go and have a wee break. I need to go for a wee. You don't need to hear this, but I really need to go for a wee. I'll be back in 2 minutes, all right. 2 minutes out. Hey, have you noticed the shelves? By the way, have you noticed I've, look, over here. I've put up 2 shelves. And if you notice over here as well, sorry, I've done it the wrong way, haven't I? See this light over here now? This kind of reflects onto the Mandalorian helmet over there. So I found that a little bit better. It gave a nice glow effect onto it. But if you notice, we got 2 of the videos have already come out, Melissa. They were to do with bricks. One was the bricks builder timeline. Another one was the fancy bricks template. But the video coming out on Wednesday, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I think you're going to love it. I think you're going to love Wednesday's video. If Wednesday's video does not get 1 million views in 24 hours, I've done something wrong. And no, I'm not naked, all right? But I've got to go to have a wee break, all right? Hold on. Hey everyone. Oops. Just shut that. Hey everyone, I'm back. Sorry. Wee break. I tell you what, you don't need to know this yet, but I love to share insights about health. But you know, when you go to a wee break and the wee is clear, even though you're drinking all this stuff, it's a very good sign. I like that. I always like it when my wee is clear. You know, it means you're just clearing stuff out. And if your wee bubbles, it means you're getting rid of glucose in your body. So if you've had a bit of carbs or whatever, when your wee has lots of bubbles in it, it means you're getting rid of the carbs. Okay. Oh dear. Yeah, it's very important. All right, get rid of your carbs. Hey, well, what I did, Pickstar, is I felt like. I just felt like there were bits of the room were starting to look quite empty and the image was kind of, you know, down there and whatever. So I've just kind of adapted it a little bit. You know, just adapted it a little bit. And sometimes I feel like you have to sometimes just make the odd little change here and there as well in the background. We still have the problem, though, with the way the camera is almost angled, even though the table looks relatively straight. Notice how the shelf looks bent. Can you see how the shelf looks like it's sinking like that? It is not. This is a perfectly straight, spirit-leveled shelf, as is that one. But it's weird how the room looks a little bit wonky, doesn't it? It's just weird. It's weird how it looks. Anyway, no, Emmanuel, I haven't even, to be honest, Emmanuel, I haven't even edited it. I haven't even edited it yet. So I know you're going, hey, give us the video. The video is actually, all right, I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek. Ready? Boop, boop. There you go. That was it. It's gone. That's all you're going to see. And if anyone says show again, you're not going to get it. You're not going to see it. You got to wait now. You got to wait till Wednesday. And I hope it does really well. Raptor, no, not Atrium. It's Atarim. It's Atarim, Raptor. In fact, I'll put it on the screen here because I feel like you're going to go completely wrong if you start. I don't want you to go and buy a project management tool from wherever you think you're going. Let me just get the page up for you here. It's I can't even type. I can't type at the moment. Here you go. It's this tool here. Right, Atarim. There you go. A-T-A-R-I-M. Okay, A-T-A-R-I-M. All right. Well, Melissa, the images were created in Midjourney. So it's to do with images, but it's not Midjourney. All right, it's nothing to do with Midjourney. It's just the images. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Pickstar. And you know what? That is the one thing that really annoys me about the iPhone in the terms of the focal length and how it does that. That does annoy me. It really you know, really gets on my nerves. Hey, look, Hamza, I'm telling you now, Hamza, right? When you go to the toilet and your wee is clear, it means you're doing good wee. And if there's bubbles in your wee, like loads of bubbles, like you literally like think, what the heck is there shampoo in the toilet? Where's all this frothy bubbles come from? The frothy bubbles is glucose. You know what? I do need to check though. Does anyone know if the iPhone 14 has got a better focal? I need to check. But like I said, I'm using my wife's old iPhone XR mobile phone as my camera. So yeah, saves me buying you know, a DSLR or whatever they're called, cameras and stuff like that. So this afternoon I've really got to pick up the pace with getting 3 videos edited. Hopefully a client comes back to me, potential client, with some clarity before I can renegotiate before we start their work on Monday. But I've got another person we're helping out with their website, and there's a load of work to do, and I've got to hit that hard tomorrow. I have to say that Tuesday and Thursday, when we do the live chats later in the day, are a bit of a blessing because I can hit the day and just crack on. I can just roll on with things. I can go, right, I'm going to do 4 or 5 uninterrupted hours worth of work, non-stop, just work, 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 work. And it is super, super good when I do that. I get quite a lot done. Yeah, Hamza, that's the thing though. That's, to be honest though, Hamza, right? You know, if you're trying to shred and all of that, you've got to lose the carbs. You got to drop the carbs out. The thing is, Pickstar, you know what you've just said there? I did do that. I increased the distance and then I did zoom in. The only trouble is, though, is, you know when you zoom in on the iPhone XR, it's not the greatest. And what I found was you start to get noise. You know, like the little pixely noises. In fact, you can probably see some of the noise just... You're going to get a bit... There's going to be a tiny bit of noise here. You should get a little bit of noise somewhere here, and roughly here, there's going to be a bit of noise somewhere there. And when you zoom in, the noise then comes in, because you're now back and zooming in, it starts to, anyway, it gets really like weird. It gets really, really weird. I totally agree. I mean, don't worry. I mean, I've been kind of doing this kind of way of eating and drinking now for 11 years. About, no, 10 and a half years, not 11, 10 and a half years. So I found my balance with it. And don't worry, Claire, I do have my Himalayan salt sometimes now and again. And I try and balance stuff out. In the early days, I used to have like electrolyte tablets and stuff, but don't need those anymore. Hey, Gene. No. If I'm honest, Gene, I have not invested in fancy bricks because I like to build things naturally, you know, au natural, natively. But I did want to share that fancy bricks video because what he did with the vertical accordion slider was so neat. I felt it needs a video to let you know, and also to showcase that there's no JavaScript here. This has just been built with some CSS code. So it's easy to build and replicate, number one. Number two, you can fine tune it. And number three, it's a bit of CSS code. So go away and learn. Look at the code, study it, learn from it, and you will get the handle of it. So the fancy bricks, it was a little bit of a promotion for them, for free, no charge. But at the same time, it was more also about how is this going to help you to become a better builder? And I like to think that if you go through the steps, I think it can massively, massively help you out. Matt, I need to get a new chair. Right, so this chair is from IKEA. Right, this chair is from IKEA, okay? So let me just show you. So this chair's from IKEA. Look at it. It's got a nice back curve there. Right, it's got a nice, you know, lumbar support. Okay. It's not high up. It's not a high up chair, right? It's got armrest and, you know, up and down, and I can move it back and forwards if I want. I like to have a hot water bottle behind me sometimes, just because it's quite cold in here sometimes. But this chair is super, super good. It's got good lumbar support. And the reason I like this chair is because it's not high up. When I'm sat here, it's not like here. You know when you have a high chair, you can see the back of the chair. And the back of the chair then hides a lot of stuff here. Whereas this chair, if you see it, it's just there, right? But it's IKEA. This chair wasn't even that expensive. It's an IKEA chair, Matt. And it had different colours. Black, cream, blue, yellow. It's a pretty good chair. Really easy to build and set up. And, you know, hydraulic up and down. You can go back and forwards if you want like that. I've got it set up and it's got a really good lumbar support. And I'm telling you, Matt, I have a lot of back problems. I think a lot of you know I have a lot of back problems. Okay. chiropractor visits, stuff like that. And this chair is great. This chair is really, 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 really great. And this really does support my back, Matt. This really is a good chair. Hey, Maddie. I'm glad I got back to you. I nearly forgot your email yesterday. And then I was like, oh my God, Maddie. Quickly sent you your replies. Hey, Wackass, how you doing? Can you recommend travel marketplace theme? I don't really use any travel marketplace theme, but I would probably say think about My Listing. Have you tried the My Listing theme, which is $59? That could work for you. But then again, you could also build it natively. Maybe Crocker-Blocks, Jet Engine, Hey Eichmann. You could build it yourself with a search facility. That is something I am actually going to be trying to look into a little bit more eventually anyway. How can you build like a directory without using Crocker-Block or anything like that, or My Listing? Just do natively with Elementor. Dark Cream reminds me of Uranus. Wow, dear post-Pixar. I'm glad it brings up those visions. Yeah, I mean it's not an expensive chair, right? And if you are ever on the camera, like in a video call with a client, you don't have that big. Look, you can see the chair, and I've got armrests here. You know, it's nice if I want to put my arm down, whatever. And it's not rocking or anything. This is me moving in the chair. It's really supportive. Look, it makes a bit of noise if I do this, but it doesn't creak. It's got wheels. It's very light. Yeah. Please click the link and I will get £1 million affiliate referrals from IKEA. No, I don't. It doesn't work like that. Jet Engine is great. Would you ever make a video on RAM? I feel like the amount of time it would take me to master Crocker-Block properly, like proper inside out, and then showcase how it's going to help you, that amount of time I just don't have. On top of the super course I'm trying to build, family, web agency, videos, live chat, just haven't got the capacity. Just have not got the capacity. Jack, is rank math still? Yes, I think it is. I think it is. I did rank math versus the new Yoast. The new Yoast is not good. It's just no better than what it was. I had a quick look at all-in-one, SEO Squirrely, SEO Press. I still found rank math more pain-free and easy to set up. Is it the best, though? I think that's debatable, because I don't think anything is purely the best. But it's more about what works for you. So I would change the question, Jack. Is rank math the best for me? Yes, it is. Is rank math the best for you? Maybe not. So you got to find what works for you. Ugh. Sorry, just because I went and adjusted my hot water bottle to get it back in the right. I've gone. No, hold on. I've put the cushion in the wrong place. It's that way. There we go. I thought something doesn't feel right. It was the cushion was in the wrong. There you go. That's better. Yeah, well, Matt, if you go to IKEA, you can sit on the chair. You do know this, right? You can go to IKEA and you can sit on the chair, Matt. Matt, don't you live near Nottingham? Where do you live again, Matt? Whereabouts do you live? Aren't you near Nottingham? Or somewhere, or Hull? Where are you again? Hull? Or was it Nottingham? Where do you live again, Matt? Do I record my client phone calls? Raptor X says no. No. I would never do it, and I wouldn't even ask him if I could. I feel like, because when you're calling up a company or whatever and they say the calls are recorded, that's fine. That's how they are. But if I called someone up, like I said, hey, I wanted to talk to you about an extension. I need to get some plans done. I need an extension done, right? And the architect then says to me, okay, I'm going to record this call. I'd be like, why do you need to record it? Can we do it without you recording it? I don't see why we need to do that. And if they had an issue with that, I'd be like, fine, I'll go somewhere else. Because I personally don't see the need. If it's due to accessibility, like there's a problem with hearing or understanding or taking notes, it's very complicated or whatever, I kind of get it. But if there's got to be a damn good reason why, and I would never do that. I feel like it opens a can of worms. It opens a can of worms. Like, what's your purposes? What's your full-on intention? But Matt, here's the thing, right, Matt? And here's the thing, Matt, you're going to have to probably learn, okay? My nearest IKEA is 45 minutes away as well. In fact, it takes about nearly an hour sometimes to get there because of traffic. So my nearest IKEA is about, give or take, 45 minutes to 1 hour, right? 45 minutes to 1 hour. If you want it, you'll go there. If you want to test it out, you'll go there. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm not sure about Curry's having any good chairs. They'll be overpriced for number one. Michael, a client called him and wants a membership and payments integration, paid membership pro, but they also want specific functionality. But you have to investigate to check. Well, okay, Michael, what I would say, is what you could do, right, is keep it really quick and easy. So here's what you do. Send an email to Paid Membership Pro or another plugin company that does membership, Buddy Press, whatever they're called, Member Press. Email them with, I'm after something that does XYZ. Can your plugin do it? Just send it to 3 people. Paid Membership Pro, Member Press, Buddy Press, Pros, whatever. It's Buddy Press, right? Or another one. Just send them an email, keep it really simple, and then see what replies you get. And if they all come back going, no, we can't do that, or whatever, they might come back and go, yeah, you can do that, but you need this add-on, or whatever, right? Send it to their sales team or whatever. Make it clear to them, right? We'd want to invest or whatever, but we need to know the right tools. Send them an email, Michael. And if they come back and go, no, we can't really do that, well, not sure how to do that, then you know what? That kind of tells you there's a whole load more work involved, right? There's a whole load work involved, right? Forget it. Yeah, John. Are you talking about the Nottingham one, John? I mean, I'm quite lucky because I've got Nottingham and Coventry, but both of them equally would take the same amount of time. If I go to the Coventry one, it's going to take 45 minutes to an hour. If I go to the Nottingham one, it's going to take 45 minutes to an hour. What I tend to do is I go, look, sit, check, assess. Then I come home and then I order online and get it all delivered online. And yes, you pay a delivery charge, but it's better than me hauling all the stuff around and then trying to get it fit into the car or whatever. And then driving back with a heavy car, which uses more fuel and stuff like that. So I sometimes go with that approach. I think me and my wife, we're planning to go down one day. We need to get some ideas for the lounge. And sometimes it's not a bad idea to just walk around and go, oh, yeah, no, what about that? Take care, Pickstar. Take care, my friend. See you soon. So yeah, Michael, I don't know if that approach sounds good with you or not, but Paid Membership Pro, Member Press, I think they're probably your 2 best ones. Maybe a third one, I don't know. You could even go onto Google and say membership plugins, right? Make sure your Google search is the latest month. There'll be a blog that gives you the 5 or 6 member plugins. Email them all the same email. Make sure you keep it generic. Email them and see what they say. They'll come back to you with yay, nay, a bit of this, a bit of that, impossible, and then you've got your answer. It's really quick and easy. Half an hour of your time. That's it. And then you're going to know now. And if one of them comes back and says, yeah, we can do that with our plugin, but you need this add-on and you need this premium version and the total cost is $200 a year, you now know the cost attachment to that. You know, you now know the cost. And even if the plugin says, yeah, we can do it, does that plugin have good documentation, videos, tutorials? Yeah, okay, this looks good. Maybe it's a good one to go with, you know? The thing is, though, Michael, what I would say, though, is do you think your client would pay you to do it? So that's the other part of the equation, isn't it? Do you think they would pay you like 1 or 2 hours worth of work with no guarantee of any results? So you got to weigh it up. You know, and I would sometimes say that if you're trying to clinch the deal, so the questions you need to ask, though, is, right, questions you need to ask, though, is like, if you think they're going to work with you and they definitely want to work with you, then you could charge as part of a discovery call or discovery session to find the best solution. You are assessing the best solution for them. If, however, you don't know if they're asking other people or they're, you know, what is their budget, then, you know, I mean, look, right now, yeah, Michael, think about it. You're on a live chat with me. You could jump off the live chat right now and spend the next half hour. You could spend half an hour listening to me or half an hour go and send out those emails. And I would tell you to jump off the call and send those emails, mate. Hit like before you disappear, Michael. But I would say to you, as a fellow web designer, developer, whatever we want to call ourselves, get off the live chat and go and send over the generic basic email. We want to be able to do email, job done, forget about it. And that's it. And forget about it. If you then find out that Paid Membership Pro can help you out to a point, now you can go back to the client and go, right, we need to spend more time delving into this possible solution. So I might need to spend 2 or 3 hours or half a day to ensure we can definitely deliver now. But that's going to cost, because I know what we want to go for. I know the solutions we want to use. I know what we want to do, but I need to be sure it can definitely deliver it. So we've got to test it out on a test website. You know, now you can charge for it. Because now you're going back to them with a level of confidence, right? You don't tell them the tool though. You don't tell them the name, because then they'll run off. You go, right, we've got a tool. Just to let you know, it's going to cost $200 per year. There's a few extensions, but we need to proper test it out now, right? So maybe they need to invest in the tool. I don't know. Or do you know, how do you test it out if you got to pay for it? Do you get a GPL? What do you do? RM, they've been building websites using Elementor Pro. Would you consider moving to Bricks? Look, I think there is an argument to use Bricks and there is an argument to use Elementor Pro. I use Elementor Pro and I use Bricks. I use both. So I'm going to say, RM, it's either or. What do you want to go for? And that's the reason, John, I order. I don't like to have to go round, pick up, because then you got to put it on the trolley. You know, when you have, then you got to wheel it around, then get it to your car, in your car, get out the car. I would rather order delivery. They come to your house and they put it into my room. They come in the house and they put it in the lounge or the Raheem's lounge. They pop it in. Boom. Job done. Right? And that's why, John, sometimes the £35 delivery is worth its weight. Wouldn't you agree, John? At our age, it's worth its weight in gold, isn't it? Get them to do the heavy lifting and pop it in. Yeah, Michael, go with that. Yeah, and I hope I think it's a strategy. In fact, I'm probably going to do a video on that as well. Guy, you're giving me ideas for videos now. Research, plugins, cost, when to charge. I think that's a worthy video, wouldn't you say? I think there's a lot of people that probably fall into this, not mistake, but client says they want something and you spend half a day with no guarantee of getting anything back for it. So what was it really worth it? Irishman, there's an issue with my post. There is no space between the headline and paragraph. Look at your container spacing. Look at your column spacing. Maybe you've set it to 0. Is it defaulted to 20? So go and check that out. Hey Alex, how you doing? Plorat, when a client reaches out to you for a certain project, do you ask for the allocated budget? I do kind of drop it in. I kind of like, as we're talking, go, just out of curiosity, did you have a budget in mind? Or no, I might say, out of curiosity, are you working to a certain budget? Are you flexible, or would you need to, or would you only want to have certain things done to stay in budget? Make it sound like you're trying to help them out, not that, okay, what is your budget? And that's what we're going to charge. It's almost like going, look, do you have a rough budget, or do you, would you want to split things out over a period of time? Make it sound like you're trying to help them out. What did you do with the slider image in the portfolio site? What did I do with the slider image in the portfolio site? The slider image, video boy. I'm not sure I know which slider image you mean. Which one are you talking about there? Alex, what would be your advice for getting new clients when you don't live in the country? Well, I have a lot of clients, Alex, from America. I've never been to America. So it's all about how do you market yourself. So social media, Facebook, LinkedIn. What are you doing to get yourself out there? Building connections, networking, joining forums, niche area. It's all about building up expertise. So I would say you don't need to be living where your clients are. So I've got plenty of clients from America. They've either found me or I found them, and whatever's, maybe it was through a forum, maybe it was YouTube, maybe it was just generally social media, or they've been referred to as word of mouth. But I have no association with America, never been there, but you still get clients. So I would say, we do have a mastery module on how to get clients. I would go and look at that because there's loads of tips in there. Michael, check when and how we can add it as part of a proposal when it makes sense. Check when. Okay, right. So even when you do a proposal, Michael, you want to be very careful how much you say in that proposal. Right? Okay? So what you don't want to do is list out. You might mention the plugins, but you don't list out exactly everything you're going to do. You've got to leave that for yourself, okay? Because if you just give them a proposal and you tell them, right, we're going to use, you might say we're going to use like a membership plugin with some extensions and the total cost is X. You don't have to name it. You don't have to name it, okay? You're telling them you're going to use something and that is the true cost. The minute you name it, they might go away elsewhere. The minute you tell them how you're going to build it, they go elsewhere. You're going to say to them, we're going to build out the website. The homepage, it's going to take 7 days. There'll be some plugin cost. There might be a license cost for Elementor, $59 a year or however you do it. Here are the desirables. SEO. Now, I don't put in my SEO, we're using Rank Math. I say the use of a optimization tool, the submission of the sitemap, and the indexing. I don't mention Google Search Console, Google Analytics, Rank Math, and all of that, because that's for me to know and how I'm going to do it. But I keep it broad so that they know this is what you're getting, but I don't have to spell out all the details, because they could take your proposal and go elsewhere, or share it across Or they might send it to another designer and go, look, this person says they're going to build my website for $5,000, right? They're going to do it for $5,000. What can you do for me? Right, now I want to answer Video Boy's question here. Okay, Video Boy, are you talking about, which slider are you talking about? Are you talking about this slider? Are you talking about this slider here, Video Boy? Is that the slider you're referring to? Video Boy. I think that's the one you're referring to, isn't it? And you're going to find out about that one on Wednesday, Video Boy. You're going to find out about that one on Wednesday. So I was testing it out on there just to check it definitely worked. Yeah, Wednesday, Video Boy. That video is being edited to this afternoon. And you're going to find out about it on Wednesday, my friend. But you got to wait till Wednesday for that, okay? You're not going to find out about it yet. You got to wait till Wednesday. So you got to wait. Yeah, I mean, Michael, I did that mistake. We spent a huge amount of time with this one client. Research, let me tell you now, over 90 hours I spent researching plugin after plugin after plugin after plugin. I even bought a couple off Code Canyon, tested. Doesn't work, doesn't really do what we want. Can we modify it? Wrote out a really detailed proposal document. Really detailed. What do you think the client did? What do you think the client did with our full-blown detailed document? What do you think he did? He went and hired someone from Newcastle to build his website. The Newcastle designer did a really bad job. And I only say Newcastle because they were from Newcastle. It always sticks in my head. They did a really bad job. They didn't even use what we said to use. That person's business folded after 2 months. And I seriously believe it was down to their website. Because they were trying to attract a higher paying market. And they were trying to collaborate with higher paying companies. You got a shit website. Why will the high payer want to work with you? Why would they put their name onto your website to say we're working with you? Their business completely folded after 2 months. And I seriously, honestly believe that they had let us do it, they would have still been in business. But they didn't follow. But the mistake we made is we spent too much time on them, too many meetings with them, full-blown spec, and they pissed off elsewhere. And yeah, it made us mad. It made me so mad that at that point I went, no, never again. Never again. How many times have you maybe got hold of a proposal document from another company? Like the client has shared it with you or you've seen it. And some of them go on and on and on and on. This is who we are. This is where we came from. This is what we do. Here's what we're going to do for you. Here's the full breakdown. Blah, 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 blah. It's too long. It's too complex. No one gives a shit. Move on, right? Get to the point. I am probably looking at 5 or 6 other proposals. Get to the point. What are you going to do for me? How are you going to do it? Please don't forget to hit like if you've not hit like already. Yeely Yap. God, I said that wrong. Yeely Yap. Can you open WordPress and show us how to make a responsive slider for mobile? I've been trying to do this for days. To be honest, Yeely Yap, you need to go and watch my video I did 2 weeks ago about responsive clamp. You need to go watch the video. I mean, for me to do it, I mean, number one, it's a little bit unfair for me to do it live because other people might not want to see it. However, you need to make it responsive with clamp for your margin, your padding, your sizing, right? You do your slider, you do your font, and then you will adjust it for your mobile. So it's not that difficult. Number two, I don't even know what you've got in your slider. I could be assuming you've got an image, I'm assuming you got buttons. I'm assuming it's not got a template. So I would say go and watch the video that we did 2 weeks ago. Okay, it's called, it's where I used Clamp for the margin, the padding, the font, the button, and the image for a hero banner. But you apply the same logic to a slider and you'll be fine. So go and have a look at that. Yeah, look, Raptor's been there as well. You give too much client and they go in, you go and find out they either get it built by someone else or they take all of your intel. You've literally done all the brainstorming, all the problem solving, all of the little bits and pieces, and they go elsewhere. You've basically project managed and given them your intelligence for free. And that's annoying. Another question. Do you respond to a prospect as soon as possible? No, I do it straight away, Michael. I'll tell you now, last night we had 2. One of them I basically said, no. They sent me a link. I clicked the link, looked really complex. I was like, no, we're not going to build you a website like that. Not interested. Someone else comes back to me. A few details, and I go, look, the website cost would start from 2,000, 2,500. No, let me get it right. It starts from £2,000. If you want SEO, it's an extra 1,200. But that's the starting point. Once you know exactly what you want, the price might come a little bit down or it might go up, but that's where it is. And the reason I do that is basically, it's me basically saying, look, let me now see what you want. Are you going to come back? So I gave them a rough price. Are they interested? Okay, we're in the right ballpark. Do I never hear from them? Maybe it's because they wanted a cheap website. Fine, they're gone. Maybe they come back with a bit more clarity. Maybe they say, okay, but we don't want the SEO. And you kind of go from there. Because I would rather just move on. And here's why. I'm not trying to say we get loads of work. We have quiet periods. We all do. But when work comes in, I don't want to dwell on it. A proposal, a query, a bit of interest. I don't want to dwell on it. I want to get it. It comes in the inbox. I want it out the outbox. Okay? Because now I won't think about it. Yesterday, one of them I went, no. If I hear from them again, I don't really care. Well, we'll see where it goes. I'm not bothered. The one where I said, here's the cost. I'm telling you, but I don't really care. I'll be honest, I don't care. Because until it becomes a project with a deposit, it's nothing. It's meaningless. You know when you see a new business and they like, I set this up and someone said they're going to buy 50 of these off me. So I think I think we're a good business. 50p, someone's going to buy 50 of these. So that shows trust. So you should buy off me as well. I'd be like, yeah, but they ain't bought it off you yet. Until they buy 50 of these off you, it is meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. I could go into a shop right now and go, wow, I love your posters. I'm going to buy 1,000 of them. The poster maker goes, oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. They tell the whole world. And other people start coming to the shop. Wow, if that person's going to buy 1,000, he must be good. No, because he hasn't bought them yet. He probably was never going to buy them. He probably says that to every shop. Wow, I love your cheeseburgers. I'm going to buy 1,000. Wow, I love your water. I'm going to buy 1,000. No, they don't. So meaningless, empty promises, promises. I've let them know what the cost is. I don't care. Seriously, I don't care. If they come back, now we go a step further. But they might not come back. So why dwell on it? Why dwell on it? Why go, oh, did I overprice? Well, no. I haven't overpriced because that's my price. So don't start questioning your price. If you question your price, you're questioning your integrity, your value, and what you deliver for that price. I have my price. Take it or leave it. Too high? Fine. Go elsewhere. Too low? I've even had someone come and go, wow, that's way low. No, I don't want a rubbish service. I want to pay for good stuff. And I thought, well, okay, fine. Go and pay a fortune for it then. You know, that's up to you. Yeah, I mean, look, Michael Raptor, I hope that's helped out. Yeah. You know, Michael, I hope you're enjoying your dinner or your lunch. And as soon as you're finished, right, get off the live chat, mate. Go and get those emails out, right? Because they might take a day or two to get back to you. Some of these dev companies can be a little bit slow. They can be a little bit slow, you know. Do you know what, Plura? I can't even remember what you said at the beginning now. Plura, you're going to have to remind me. What were you talking about? But yeah, just don't think about it. I think that's what you were talking about, right, Plura? When you send it, do you chase? That's it. Do you wait a day or anything? And I say, I don't care. I don't care. It's like someone right now. So 3 people, by the way. So one other person. We've exchanged emails during the week. They definitely want to work with me now. Definitely. They've even said to me, send over the contract. Send the contract. I haven't sent the contract. Do you know why I'm not sending the contract? I mentioned this right at the start, actually. Do you know why? Because I gave them a price. Here's the price. Right? Here's the price. All of these colors, right? Here's the price. They've now said, what I said to them, though, was the cost will come down if you've already sorted out your design. You know what you're going for. The cost comes down a bit because I don't have to spend time back and forth. They've now said they've worked out their design. They want the contract. I've gone back and said, once I know what your design is, then you'll get the contract. Because if your design makes total sense, your price does come down. Just like I promised. I stick to my promise. I meant it. But if your design is more complex, it might actually increase the cost. You're not going to get a contract off me. You're not going to get an invoice for a deposit. I've said to you, we could start next Monday for you. We could fit yours in and get it done. But I need to know what is. You've mentioned now. You've designed it. Where's the design? Where's the prototype? Where's the idea? Because if I give you a contract and we sign up and all of that, I don't want to then go back to you later and go, right, we agreed on a price, but the cost now goes up. Because what you're asking for is a lot more effort. Do you get what I mean here? You got to be careful. So three things last night. One of them definitely wants to work, but I need to see the design. Another one, I gave him a price. Well, I don't really care if they come back. We'll see what happens. And the third one, sorry, mate, what you're asking for, you haven't given me any of the details. But number 2, it's just too complex. I don't want to know. I don't want to get involved in trying to work out and reverse engineer what you're doing there. Do you know what, Raptor X? It takes time to spot, and even I still to this day sometimes make a mistake. I might say to a client, yeah, okay, we'll look into that for you, and I shouldn't have done that because there was no intention of working with us. Yeah, okay, we'll have a half an hour meeting. The meeting goes on for an hour and a half. I should be charging them, but I don't, and then it doesn't go anywhere. You know, so we do make mistakes. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. But the key bit is about, you got to learn from them. And you might make the same mistake again, but then learn from it. And you might make the same mistake again. But you got to remember them and then toughen up, okay? Yeelap, do you recommend running ads on Facebook to generate leads? Well, what do you think? I'm going to say yes and no. Yes, it could work for you. No, it's not going to make you a millionaire. And also remember, how many adverts do you see already for web design? How many of them actually make you want to click? How many of them make you go, ugh? How many of them make you go, this is absolute bull. This is rubbish. This is rotten. This is fake. This is a scam. You know, what are they promising me? What's the point of this? So think about all the adverts you see, ye lily yap, and how many of them are worthy of your interest. Think about that. Because, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? Hey, Irishman, thank you for that. Hey, Jason, you are very late. We've been live for 1 hour 54, and I'm planning to go in 2 minutes, mate. Jason, even though you're just coming on towards the end, you must hit the like button, okay? Let me just check some of the comments in case I've missed anything out. Wow, so Raptor... found someone who was a nice guy, and then he found a dedicated Facebook page warning about being a scammer. No way, Raptor X. Really? You got to give me a name here now, Raptor. You can't say that without giving me a name. Or email me, info@websquadron.co.uk. I really want to see this name now. Nice one, Mike. I like to think, Michael, right? I like to think that this has been a really good paper bag session for you. You know when you have lunch paper bag where you sit there eating lunch, but it's a meeting. I hope this has been a good session for you. You know, because I bet you were eating your lunch going, well, what do I do? And, you know, when do I charge and all that? And I hope you've come away feeling a little bit more focused. Go away, do the emails. Once you know what the solution is, you either will know exactly what you need to do, or do you need to spend time looking into it, charge for it. Don't tell them the name of the plugin or the extension. Just let them know you've got a solution in mind. Is there a license cost? And you go away with that. Name is John Doe. John Doe? Okay, look, everyone, I'm going to jump off now. I have been live for 1 hour and 56 minutes. We could round it off and get to the full 2 hours. Hey, look, Jason, look, the main thing is, right, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're busy. I hope you're rocking it with your clients and your workload. And if you're not, I hope you're rocking it with your social media platform profile and keeping it real. And I'm pretty sure you are. Sorry, it's near my phone. Did I scratch my phone then? No, I didn't. Yeah, so I'm going to say goodbye to everyone now. This has been a really, really long session. I've got to crack. Look, I'm telling you now, I have got 18 emails, and I reckon 1/3 of them I can delete, but there's about 13 emails I reckon that are real emails that I've got to respond and get back onto. Irishman, quick question he has. Is it possible to make a form which triggers according to logic? When you click button selector, it will be selected. You mean like conditional logic, Irishman? We did a video on conditional logic using a bit of code from element.how, Maxime. So go to our videos on YouTube and look for conditional form. There's a video I did about 3 months ago, I think. Conditional logic. Go and look at that video. Yes, Raptor, I look forward to seeing that name. Hey, no worries, John Doe, RM. I love to share stuff. Hey, Melissa, you take it easy, okay? Yeah, take care, Michael. Nice one, Jason. I like this idea you've been buried away working on. Go and have a look. Okay, everyone, I'm going to say goodbye now. I really do have to jump off. I'm a little bit peckish, a little bit hungry, but I also need to just crack on with editing some videos. So I am back on track. And it's my wife's birthday today. She's 45. So I'm sure there'll be some yummy food and cake and stuff. And my son's not well today, Raheem. He's at home. I've got everyone at home today, but I really want to crack on with some work now. Take care. See you all soon tomorrow. Take care. Bye.